Not long ago, while answering some comments from the channel, I wrote that the paranormal is strange. That is, they're extremely rare eventualities, as rare as seeing a UFO or witnessing something out of logic. Therefore, it is not always an easy task to present quality footage. It is a demanding task to search among the thousands of videos that arrive at our email and find something truly astonishing. But as strange as it is, sometimes it happens. It becomes truly incredible how the feeling of terror lived by entire families can be transmitted by video. Sometimes I receive surprising stories that are worth showing, and clear evidence of that lies in the story that you will see tonight. To my email, a subscriber has sent one of the most disturbing stories that I've seen lately. A shocking story that is accompanied by intriguing audio-visual evidence that's starting now that you will surely not forget. My name is Leonore Clay, and this is The Darkest Secret. Today we present the mysterious case of the babysitter who disappeared. From the beginning, our subscriber asked me not to reveal her name or the names of the people involved. She is a Bolivian woman living in the United States for some years. Despite the years, her family ties with her relatives in Bolivia have remained intact. So much so that, according to her, she feels as if she is living in her own flesh the incredible situation that is currently happening to one of her sisters. She begins her email explaining that her sister, whom we will call Anna, works in a small shop located in the city of Oruro, Bolivia, and that until just a few months ago, she led an absolutely normal life. However, one day, everything changed radically when one morning an older woman, apparently of Chinese nationality, entered the establishment offering them different handcrafts. The woman was insisting that they had to buy something. Anna very kindly explained that the shop functions as a merchandise store and not a handcraft store. It was then that the woman, who apparently barely spoke Spanish, became angry at such a high level that Anna had never seen before. She was so upset, shouting in her language, which surely were insults both to her and to her co-workers. Everyone was surprised with the unexpected reaction, something that in the end, and according to her in her own words, would trigger the start of a real ordeal, since a few days later, employees began to perceive strange things inside the premises. Objects disappearing, they changed places. But the strange thing occurred during the early hours of the morning, when one of the security cameras that faces where Anna performs her duties caught this. The assistant of the camera's recording showed this video to his colleagues because for hours, the lights of the shop began to flash. However, no one seemed to notice at the time that something was wrong. There is dust in suspension that, according to Anna, moves very strangely, as if they follow a certain pattern, something completely out of the ordinary. Anna would tell her sister afterwards that this is only a small sample of what she began to experience, since unfortunately, the phenomena produced in the store began to replicate in her home. According to her, everything started with very subtle situations, but following the same pattern that occurred in the store, objects began to disappear. There were lights that went out, a crack in the floor that had never been heard before. Situations that with the passing of the days increased in intensity. Anna even assures one night she heard as if a baby was crying on the roof. She thought they were cats until she caught something accidentally a few days later. You see, since she works all day in this mini market, she needs a babysitter to take care of her son. However, the strange situations that occurred in her home made the babysitters resign. In fact, she confesses that her son had in a very short lapse of time many babysitters that resigned due to the same reason: the terror and discomfort of being alone in that house. Next, I will show you what Anna caught by accident and what she believes is the reason for the resignation of her babysitters. She was simply filming her son to share with her family later. See if you realize what convinced Anna that something paranormal is living with her.
Feliz, feliz, feliz. Así. Becho. Ya tu zapato. Pato. Oh, a becho. Oh. Feliz. A becho. Becho, 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 becho.
You notice the face, right? Our subscriber comments that her sister has no reason to manipulate this. In fact, she reveals that she barely knows the basic functions of her cell phone. She doesn't even use applications with filters, such as Instagram or TikTok. She only sent it to her as proof of her distressing situation, and now you know it from the main source. She continues her story, ensuring that in total, there were 4 babysitters who simply could not bear to continue in the house, but the last one left her mark forever. She tells us that even a whole judicial process was started because of how this last babysitter left the home, and the result of that judicial process is the reason why she contacted us. You see, this last babysitter didn't even wait to be fired. She just left the child alone. The hours in which the minor was left alone are unknown, but when the mother returned home, everything was open. The doors of both the gate and the main entrance were not closed all the way. Upon entering, she found the boy alone in the dark, crying. So at first, she was very upset. However, this situation took another turn when she saw that all of the young girl's things were still there. Her coat, her wallet with all her personal belongings. Everything was there, except for one thing: her cell phone. It looked like she had suddenly run out of the house. Obviously, an entire judicial process began. Anna wanted to file a complaint for the girl's irresponsibility, but everything became darker as the days passed, and this girl could not be located. She was not in her house, nor that of any relative. Several days later, Anna found out from the babysitter's relative that they had found the girl's cell phone miles from her home. She was in a place far from both Anna's house and her own home, at the other end of the city. Because everything had happened at Anna's house, and it had been the last place the girl visited, she was called to testify with the police to find out her version of the events. Anna spent several days communicating with the babysitter's family to find out how to help. That's how they showed her the last recording that had been captured with the lost girl's cell phone. Anna tells her sister, our subscriber, that at home the manifestations are still going on. Strange things keep happening, both at work and at home, confessing that the situation is driving her crazy. For this reason, she desperately asks us to interfere in order to help her overcome her distressing situation. She fears for her sister, as for her little nephew, since she is convinced that she was the victim of some kind of curse by that woman who entered the shop where she works. She fears that just as it took the babysitter, one day it could do the same with her son. In fact, now she leaves him with her mother, and that for the moment, they have not witnessed anything strange. But she is aware that the situation could change at any time. How can we help this woman? What happened to the missing babysitter? What do you think happened during her recording? Our subscriber asked for help for her sister, but what kind of advice can be given in this type of case? And most importantly, who should you go to get the situation solved once and for all? Write your advice in the comment box, because this video has come to an end. I am Leonor Clay, and this was The Darkest Secret.